Hey guys, it's Glaze here. I hope everyone is having a great day. Today I thought I would make a cool video touching on, as you can tell by the title, Gambit on Vertigo, because I did a little bit of scouting around and things like that while on HLTV, and I came across a very cool statistic that I'd love to show you guys. So okay, let's first of all go on the Gambit page. So, second best team in the world, arguably. Navi's now the god of all teams, so okay. Let's now go onto the stats page, and as you can see here, the Vertigo past 3 months is 100% win rate, and that is just crazy, okay? Even though they've only played 13 games, it's not the most. However, actually, now looking at it, it's actually the most wins. So they have 13 wins on Dust 2, and then they have 14 in Mirage. But on Vertigo, they have 13 wins, 0 losses, which is crazy, okay? One thing I'd love to look at is the conversion rate, I guess you can say, of every entry kill they get. So most of the time when they get a first kill, they're going to close out the round with a 78% win rate on those rounds, which is insanely high. What I love, you can go in this even more and you can see more things. So their T side, which I'm going to touch on in this video, is a 60% win rate, which is also insane. So we're going to look at the T side. Their CT side is only 40%. However, that T side is crazy. What else can we see in this strategy here? So CT pistol is insane. Look at their T pistol. The T pistol is 65.6% win rate, which is just crazy, if I may say so. So we're really going to look into that. Their pistol, their like defaulting setup, and how they successfully play that T side and get these entry frags. I think the only close game they've really had, and the last game they played was in the 11th, so that was like 18 days ago, before the player break started, against G2. The one 16-2. They beat Mouseport 16-3. The only close game I can see on here is I can't even say that word. Nemiga. I think I see it. I'm not even 100% sure. 19-15 in went overtime. 16-13 is kind of close. 16-14 is extremely close. They just dominated Sprout. 16-14 very close again. But I want to be watching a tier 1 team, so we're most likely going to be looking at G2 in this demo, because I thought we can learn a lot, because tier 1 teams usually have this map down the best, and also they anti-stratting the best, so they're going to know how to play against Gambit the best as well, meaning they'll most likely have the best chance. So I'd love to see G2 in this situation, so that's the demo we're going to get into. Alright, so we are into the demo now. The one that I've downloaded and that I'm going to show you guys is from IEM Summer 2021, Gambit versus G2. Spoiler alert, the score ends 16-10 to Gambit. Gambit have an incredibly strong T side. That's what we're going to look at here. I want to focus on this pistol straight off the bat, because obviously Gambit have a 65% win rate on the pistol. So I'm going to pause this real quick and let's have a quick look at the utility. Okay, so they're all going towards that A ramp straight away. They're just running there, not shifting or anything. They're just going straight towards A. They have 2 smokes across Hobbit and Inters, with Inters also having a flash, a HE, and Hobbit having a Molotov. So that means they have 3 Kevlar and then 2 sets of util, okay? So let's see where they use this utility. So, okay, they're just running up. Who's first contact? So if we have number 6, who is Nafany, who's at the top here. Okay, so he's just going around to check to see if he can get any early contact towards sandbags. I believe okay, so if you don't know this lineup, you get in the corner of this sandbags, and then you aim just where he is right now, and then you're going to jump for, okay? So it'll bounce and it'll land like that, and that will smoke the left side of the site off. And with the second smoke, I'm assuming they're going to make a wall, because this is probably the best pistol and easiest pistol thing you can do early on. You just have to make sure you get the kills, okay? Because if they execute like this will allow them to almost guarantee a bomb plant, okay? So they can just smoke off the entire site and then just watch the headshot boost up angle. That's all they have to look at, okay? And then they can get a free plant and then play for the retake afterwards. So he's going to throw that smoke, and then okay, so they actually Molotoved off sandbags. So that was Hobbit's Molotov. He Molotoved off sandbags. And Hobbit also still has a smoke, actually. So let's quickly go to him. And then you can see what he's going to smoke off. So he still has his smoke. Okay, so he's just got to come up close and he's just going to throw it against the wall to smoke off the right side of the site. Inter's going for the plant. Nothing's watching behind in this situation as well. That's very important. So, okay, so this is very common for CTs to play on A, is to retake. So, as Gambit have noticed, they haven't got any contact versus G2 on the A site yet, so it's most likely going to be a retake, okay? So, Nico has the kit, they have 3 sets of Kevlar, and then Jax has the smoke and the 2 flashes to retake, okay? So, as soon as they hear Jax throw that smoke, and XL knows it's bouncing towards short, he knows soon after there are going to come flashes, okay? So, you'll see in the situation how he reacts knowing that information, okay? So, as soon as those smokes are coming in, he has 2 choices, okay? He either has to wait for the flashes to come in and then try to take a duel in this angle for them to peek and push him, or he can try catch a timing and push them while they're flashing and while they're preparing to go in. So, let's see what he does. There you go. Beautiful as that. So he just caught off Jax because Jax was throwing the smoke and the 2 flashes in so they can retake, while you also have 3 and 5, who are those? Hunter and Nexa coming in through ramp, and then you have Jax coming through here, and then you have Nico towards CT, okay? So he takes this fight and he jumps around the corner to obviously not make it easy if Jax is ready for this type of push. XL just kills him, okay? This makes their retake for G2 10 times harder already. And he also has the information that one more is towards CT from Inter's shooting at him. Sorry. A bit of a sore throat. So, okay, there you go. So he takes that fight there. And then you have, okay, so Amanek and Nexa also won the fight. Balthazar's going to take one off. And he knows the kit is towards CT, so he knows that Nexa shouldn't have enough time. That's why he took the fight there. And he doesn't. Yeah, so very nice round from G2. It was a little bit messy, but everything they did made sense. And XL played that very well with making that decision. That like very snap decision, which everyone needs to make in these situations in game, to push in and just try to get the kill like that, okay? So, into the second round here. So, we're going to see G2 force up. I haven't seen Amanek and Hunter buy yet, so wait, I'm pause it real quick and see what they purchase. Amanek might not buy fully because he's the AWPer, so he might. Yeah, so he's gonna keep around 1,000 or 650, I think. Okay, yeah, so he keeps 650, meaning, okay, so if you guys notice, if you keep 650, and then you eco the next one, then you can buy AWP in the 4th round. Okay, so if they lose this full force and he doesn't have the armor, that means they can full eco next, and then next round he can get that AWP. Okay, so that is very important for all you AWPers out there to note down. On the second round force buys, just buy a scout, no armor if you want, or like Deagle, Kevlar for example, but like try keep around like $700 to $1,000 left in your economy, and that'll be a perfect amount to buy an AWP if you eco the following round. Okay, so we're obviously going to see the eco frag gun coming out from Nafany, and as we know, Nafany is the ramp player for Gambit, so we're most likely going to see Nafany here just run towards that ramp position and just try get some early info and try find some sort of kills, okay? So, okay, so I've seen this a lot in some other demos that happens. Nafany will always start the smoke, okay? He'll throw that smoke against there and then throw a Molotov towards the scaffold position to make sure any CTs can't push and like get close, like in that corner, like, can I show you in the map? Hold on. Yeah, so he throws a Molotov here and he throws a smoke here, okay? Meaning, this will allow, make sure no CTs can run around here and get to this position, okay? So if he Molotovs off this, that means CTs can't run around here and push to get in this position, okay? Meaning, when he comes around here, he won't have to clear it later on. So that is very important for them early, so they don't have to take the risk that a CT could push up like that. And I think I've broken the demo. Okay, there you go. I can never trust these Steam demo systems. They're not the best, but... So they're trying to spam the smoke, obviously, a little bit early. Trying to catch someone off who might be sneaking behind it. He still does check that position just to be extra safe, you know, because you never know sometimes. Exile's just holding this deep B position, just waiting for any aggression. Inters is coming with him to support him. Shiro's just hanging around, kind of with the bomb. He's going to decide where to rotate. Hobbit was supporting Nafany towards the ramp position. And then, because Nafany has the Mach 10, they're going to try just put him towards his position by himself and see if he can find anything. However, CTs are playing very passive here. You know, they aren't peeking, they aren't giving him anything. They're actually playing for a peek here with Nico. But they're going to be disappointed because after all that, Gambit are going to back off and go back towards this B site. So right now, it's just about winning these duels. They're on the site, it's just about finishing off and winning these duels. So Nafany catches Nico off on the rotate. Shiro goes down. Okay, so let's see how Nafany and Inters play this, because they know most likely they're not going to have a kit, okay? Okay, so we have Nafany first contact. So Nafany's going to play this angle and get first contact, and then I'm assuming as soon as he gets contact, Inters is just going to swing. So let's see. So he's going to get contact, and then he's peeking. See that? It's beautiful. So right there, they're playing off each other, okay? So that's very important to think about as well. Play off your teammates, do stuff like that. Very, very strong. So the third round should just be a full eco for G2, so I'm just going to fast forward this because I don't think it's really a point of watching if it's a full eco. Yeah, even Nafany doesn't even buy a gun, he just has a Tech 9 this round. Okay, there goes the third round done. Okay, so this fourth round, yep, so Amanek buys the AWP, as I said. And then I wouldn't be surprised if Hobbit just keeps that Galil and maybe doesn't upgrade, but... Okay, so they actually have the AWP and Shiro now. Okay, so this is very important. Let's see where Shiro goes with this AWP. Because Shiro had, I believe, the highest rating in this game with 1.42, if I'm looking correctly. So, let's see what impact he had with this AWP. So, he's going to go towards A. See if he can get any early aggression. Just try to take a lucky shot, really, and see if he can catch anyone off, but not really. Nafany again just spamming the smoke, just like causing lots of noise, you know. While all this is happening, Exile's holding this B push, Inters is holding mid, and then Hobbit is playing around mid as well, trying to like cause some sort of distraction. So they're all very, very spread out at the start of the round, just trying to create pressure and like information across the map, okay, at all the same time, basically. So let's see how Nafany and Hobbit go up here. So Hobbit gets the kill onto Jax, which is huge. And they're just going to go back. Okay, so they get that entry, which causes Hunter to come towards this mid position because it caused Nico to come towards this position. I don't really know what G2 are doing right now because they're just dying one by one, and that's obviously not very good. They're just getting all this early info. But I feel G2 have kind of just handed Gambit this round. However, okay, yeah. So Nico, is he going to go for this? I'm not even sure. If he can find an entry, maybe he'd go for it, but... Okay. Nafany's too fast. Okay, so they should just... I don't know, maybe they'll buy... Nah, just pistol armor, maybe. Hopefully try to get some lucky wooden digs or something, you know. Okay, so they're just half buying pistol armor. Nothing too fancy there. This should be quite an easy round for Gambit to win. Yep, getting the first kill there. Nafany's a bit of an awkward situation because there are a lot of CTs around him, but he obviously doesn't know that. Okay, so you got the information there all there. However, while this is all happening, Exile has just walked up on A. Oh, not A, sorry. On B, and just kill that B player. They should have a free sight now. Bomb can just rotate in very easily. And that'll be the round for that one. Alright, so I'm just going to fast forward the rest of this round here, guys, so we don't have to sit and wait for Nexus to save, basically. Alright, so G2 actually hunt them down, which is very good for them, meaning they don't have an extra gun, so they have to full buy, causing the economy of G2 to be a lot worse for wear, basically. Alright, so now moving into the 6th round of the half so far. G2 is still going to be able to fully buy up here with full utility, however, their money is pretty rough, so if they lose this, they're going to have to half buy, which is pretty rough for them. I believe Hobbit, by the looks of it, is going to start with this short smoke. Yep, so he's just going to jump throw that towards short, allowing Nafany to most likely get this early info here. So he's going to, again, throw the smoke across there. And right now, okay, so right now he threw that Molotov in that position as well. So let's swap over to Amanek or Jack for 2 seconds. And you can see how much pressure this causes because this Molotov... I can't go free mode while it's paused, okay? So I'll just do it on the map. So there's a Molotov right here, okay? So if Jax commits here, he won't be able to just run back this way because of the Molotov here. So if he wants to go back that way, to run through that Molotov. You also saw the smoke that Hobbit jumped through from T-spawn, which is going to go in the short position here. So that's that one that landed here. And you also have the smoke that Nafany threw early, and then the CT deep smoke, which G2 threw. Okay, so there's 3 smokes in play currently. A flashbang and a Molotov. So this allows them, if any CTs come around here, which they didn't in this situation, sorry, they won't be able to peek and see past Nafany's smoke. Okay, so to have the Nafany smoke and the Hobbit smoke basically creates this window of a path that Nafany could walk through if he wanted to. So he could walk around here and possibly play peeking towards this sort of angle from here, which would be very good. But that's always an option with these 2 smokes that they throw down because it really kind of denies the CT's early push. However, you are throwing the 2 smokes very early on in the round, you know. So this is 2 smokes out of your 5 that you're going to have potentially. So that's quite a lot. However, Vertigo is very important with this A area of the map. You know, it is very, very important to always keep this area, okay? So this is definitely an investment with the smokes, but it will 100% be worth it in the long run, okay? So let's go back to Nafany, and I'll unpause the video. Okay, so as we can see here... Oh, I've lost my mouse, actually. Hold on. Alright, I found it. No panic, no panic. So, as we can see here from Nafany's full white screen... He's been blinded by Amanek, I believe. I think that flash in front of him. So he's jumped towards that scaffold position, okay? So he's dropped down his smoke and he's jumped towards this short position. They threw a smoke. Hobbit threw a smoke on that short position. Nafany threw the close smoke and he also mollied off where Jax is, okay? I believe the CTs threw that Molotov that is in front of Nafany right now. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe they did. Okay, so if I can unpause it here, and we'll just see Nafany waiting for that Molotov, and then it'll be going up slowly, seeing if he can find anything, or just spamming towards that sandbag position, because he may know Amanek likes playing there with an AWP, so he's maybe just trying to spam there to see if he can do any damage or potentially get a kill. So obviously, I think what Nafany's doing right now with this HE is to do with him watching demos of G2, and after they throw these smokes, potentially they know that G2 might rotate towards that short position and try to do something over there. So he's got his HE out, and he's just going to throw it against the top of this scaffold, and that's going to double bounce, and that's going to do a lot of damage. That's going to do 60 to Hunter, and then about 20 to Jax as well, so it's quite a lot of damage. Oh wait, no, it's not even Jax, Hunter, sorry. Okay, so it actually didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. It only did 12 to Amanek and then about 20 to Jax, okay? So, but every little helps, you know. It makes the difference between the round win and the round loss. So Nafany's just going to be lurking around this area with these smokes, but also notice, at the same time, Gambit is also creating pressure at other parts of the map as well. So Exile and Inters, however, Exile's died now. Intos is also still here. And we're going to see they've been lurking around this area and taking control of B as much as they can. While also Nafany is creating so much pressure on that ramp area because of that utility. So G2 are lacking so much info right now because they've seen... I don't know if they've actually seen Intos at this point, but they've definitely seen Exile because they killed him. But they have no info on A. They have no info because it's all smoked and everything. They've used so much utility, but they only have one towards A, which has allowed them to rotate the bomb, which is on Hobbit. They allowed the bomb to rotate back. Just lurking around, tries to see if they can find anything extra. And the reason Hobbit's going back here is because they believe that they've caused a rotate, which they have. So they've got Hunter and Nico here. Okay, so they've caused a rotate from that mid position towards B because of the entry kill on Nexa on B site, okay? So, I'm sorry if this information is quite a lot. I'm just trying to... This is like live, so I'm not really... I haven't thought about this a lot. I'm kind of just doing it, breaking it down as I see it. So, I apologize also if I miss anything very important. I can also go over a CT side for Gambit as well, if you really want me to. But I wanted to focus more on the T side, based on the fact that Gambit have... I believe it's about a 60% win rate on their T side. On Vertigo, I'm not... That's just off the top of my head, so I'm not 100% sure. But I think their CT side is a lot worse than their T side. Even though they still have a 100% win rate on this map, you know. So they're obviously good at both sides, or they wouldn't be able to win all of the games. But I really wanted to focus on their T side in this. So, as this is happening, Nafany has somehow snuck up all the way up towards A site and swapped position with Amanek. Okay, so Amanek knows he's here. And that's caused so much pressure on him. Because notice how Hobbit died. So Hobbit had the bomb bottom ramp. They killed him. So they've dropped bomb. Okay. And then Inters is also still on that B site. Okay. So Inters still has all of this control. He still has B site. You know, this is smoked off. That's smoked off. He still has B site. So as far as G2 know, I don't know if they've seen this bomb. Okay. So I'm not actually sure if they've seen the bomb. If they have, then they obviously have the info that the bomb isn't here. But they have Jax. I don't know if Jax is towards... Okay, so Jax is actually down here. Okay, so they do have bomb. Okay, so they have bomb. That means they don't have to really worry about that B position. However, if Jax dies and they retrieve the bomb, then they can just go B. And then, essentially, G2 have in a lot worse for wear situation. Okay, so let's unpause here. And we'll see Nafany trying to find Amanek. And I believe Jax and Shiro are going to have a bit of a face-off as well. Okay, so Shiro gets that kill. That is very, very important that he gets that kill there. Okay, Amanek unfortunately kills him. Let's see what happens here. That's actually... Okay, that smoke kind of... Did he get the bomb? Okay, so he's going to go get the bomb. And Inters is still sitting on B. Watch him. Look, he's just... huge. Inters gets that rotate of Hunter. Inters just lurking in this round is so massive because it really creates so much space and allows Shiro to just run around here freely without having to clear the site, okay? He only needs to be aware of this cross, obviously, because Nico's watching it, but yeah. The odds of him hitting that are very slim. See if they even go for this. Shiro's swapped out to an AK. Just insane. I'm speechless right now, you know? Shiro's always been an AWPer, but he's also been an insane rifler, okay? Okay, so Amanek should just save here, so I'll just fast forward. Let's see if he actually gets to save this, or they hunt him down. Okay, so he actually does get to keep it. Alright, sweet. So that's big, because he gets to keep that. He can drop one over, so he can drop an M4 to most likely Nexa or Hunter. Okay, they've called a timeout, so they're probably discussing what they're going to do next. But most likely Amanek will drop over a rifle here. Let's see, we have to Gambit. Okay, so I'm just going to fast forward a little bit through this timeout. So Shiro's rebought an AWP. That's fine. They've still got lots of money on the G2's... No, not G2, Gambit side. Okay, they actually went for an eco. That is very interesting. Okay, so instead of buying into this, they've kept the AWP from Amanek. So they're all staying around that 2k margin. They bought armor pistols, allowing them to full buy next round. And even if Amanek dies with the AWP, he'll still be able to buy an AWP next round. Okay, it's because of the money that they saved. Hobbit again with that short smoke. It's just like the same thing every round, guys. If you do this every round, it's most likely going to be very strong. Nafany again with the smoke there. Boom. It's created the wall. created this pressure again. This denies them so much early info. Just spamming to see if they can catch anyone that's potentially really close to the smoke. Looking around, trying to see if they can catch anyone. Right now, Gambit are unaware that they're on a bad buy. Okay, they're still trying to figure it out. They could have bought. They don't know. That's what they're trying to figure out. Amanek has taken all of that space towards mid. And unfortunately for G2, they didn't go towards B, so their stack kind of failed. But Amanek's probably just going to save. Like, I highly doubt they're... Unless Amanek can find like 2 or 3 kills. There's no way. Okay. I'm getting nervous for Gambit right now. Okay, they're just hitting heads. Okay, Okay, well, I guess Nico just happens sometimes, boys. And sometimes you can go from a full buy round, and then suddenly G2 can just win a pistol and AWP round against you. Even though you've won every round ahead of that. So, csgo happens sometimes, you know. Anyway, nice shooting from G2 in that situation, but unfortunate for Gambit, though. Okay, so now that's very good for G2's money because they've won the round and they also can just rebuy. They have an AK, you know, very good stuff. Hobbit is probably going to start with the smoke again, I'm guessing. I could be wrong, let's see. Okay, so it's Inters this time, so yeah, just someone throwing it. It doesn't have to be the same person, obviously. Just someone throw it. Nothing again going towards that ramp position. Exile just sort of creating some pressure towards ramp here, throwing a flash over. Trying to actually sneak through. Oh, he just caught Hunter off very well there. They don't know about the second player though. Okay, that's bad. Hobbit throwing a lock smoke out mid to potentially stop any pushes. Sure, just watching behind. Okay, so it's all just going wrong in this ramp area right now. Let's see what they do to respond to this. So they know bomb... Where is actually bomb dropped? Okay, so I don't think... Yeah, G2 don't even know what bomb is, so... They've all just spread out again. One going back towards A. Kind of playing passive because... Okay, so the reason right here why Jax is sitting here and not on the site... Is that about... I believe earlier in the round... When all of this was happening around here... The mid player most likely rotated around to go support them, okay? So... Jax probably had to move back here to check towards middle... Sorry, my throat. I apologize again, but my throat is really messed up today. I don't know what it is. So Jax most likely went back through towards his position, meaning he's lost control of this area for a few seconds. Even though probably in a very high level, you obviously have to think about every little detail. You might not have to do it depending what level you play at, but he's being very respectful and he's not going past. He's just watching this line, okay? And he's not trying to get back in like this sort of position, this position, this position, this position, because he knows there could be T's all up here. They could be up here just waiting. They could even be on site, you know. So he's just giving the respect. And then if they do go A, then they'll all just group up around this area and they'll retake together. So that's why he's not taking so much control on A site right there. He's just going to sit here and just hold the angle. So let's go back towards Hobbit and Shiro, okay? So the last two, they're just clearing towards this ramp because they don't know if anyone could be here. Again, G2 haven't seen the bomb yet, so they have no clue exactly what Gambit can be doing. They'll most likely think they'll be playing together, though, as all good team players should be. So Gambit just have to find this player that's playing close. Let's see if Shiro checks it. Okay, so Hobbit is going to be checking it. Okay, unfortunately, it goes down. Okay, so he likes him. That's unfortunate. Okay, so Nico just plays very well there and gets both the kills. So now one more. Let's see. G2 might go for an eco here. Oh, they've bought. Okay. Okay, so money is like at 0 now. Yeah, that's a very bad buy. Okay, so they did force, but look, they had 2 Tech 9s and they prioritized that AWP on Shiro. Okay, so depending if you want to play around the AWP a lot, you can obviously do this. Nafany is the IGL of G2, but... No, not G2, sorry. The IGL of Gambit. And he is going to sacrifice that, okay, to make sure they have the open Shiro, because he feels he's just trying to create the presence and trying to create the space towards ramp. You know, he's not trying to be the impact fragger. You know, he's allowing his team to do that, but he's just trying to create that space towards that ramp position. So no one threw the short smoke this time. Let's notice that. Okay, so right off the bat, okay, so this round's already so much different, okay? So usually they would split up around here, and they would go towards B, towards there, and then towards mid, okay? And they would usually throw the smoke for short. But right here, they're all just going. They're all just going as 5 towards the A ramp position. So we're most likely going to see something very fast and a lot of aggression coming out from Gambit here. Most likely, Nafany and Hobbit are probably just going to be storming through. We really have to see what's going to happen. So let's unpause and see what goes down. So throwing that smoke. Yeah, just throwing flashes. Okay, so Exile's just throwing flashes for Nafany. And he's just storming up. He's just holding W, just getting up there. Trying to create the space for these other players of his team. Great kills coming in. Exile, unfortunately, not getting that kill. Okay, so now they're backing off. Okay, so right here, as we noticed, Inters, so they did go towards that area right here. And as soon as they got so much contact, Inters backed off, went towards the ladder, went back up, and went through mid, okay? So he's created this massive space. So basically, he's cut off this entire side of the map because Inters is here, okay? So they most likely know there's going to be no one on B. This is kind of a gamble. Inters hasn't cleared this area specifically, but he'll do it when his team rotates around. But because they used so much here early on, Gambit did, sorry, it most likely forced a lot of people around here. And they also got the 2 entries. So they killed Nico and Jax, forcing G2 to react so heavily in this position, okay? Allowing Inters to catch this gap in the defense, allowing him to come up mid. Being in this lurker position, allowing for Shiro to just rotate back round. And Inters is just going to post up here again. Next, you have to try get some info towards B, see if anyone's there. And he's going to die. Easy as that. Such big play right there. So first, the crazy aggression towards A, getting the entries, forcing the rotate quickly, having that one player go towards mid, stop the rotate, allowing for G2 to rotate very fast background towards the B site. I wouldn't be surprised if G2 saves here. Okay. Okay, so they got one. If they could save this one gun, that would actually be very good for G2. So let's see if he actually gets to keep it or not. Okay, so he does. That is very good. And they also called another timeout on top of that. Alright, so I'm just going to save all of us some time here and just fast forward through this CT timeout. So they're mostly just discussing what's really going wrong, because it is 2-7, you know, so they really want to figure this out. Okay, so Gambit also called a timeout. This is, sometimes teams do this, you'll see this, they'll call a timeout just after the enemy's timeout, just to kind of like get in their head a little bit. I don't know if that's exactly what they're doing here, but it's a possibility, you know. So I'll fast forward through this one again. I want to watch Exile here, because we haven't really looked anywhere towards that B ramp position yet. So let's watch Exile and see what he does around B. So again, they threw the same smoke towards A again from T-spawn. Okay, so Exile's going to start with an early flash up through that little gap. Going for a peek, see if he can catch anyone early. Just sneaking up behind this Molotov. Okay, so that Molotov was meant to catch him, but Exile caught a timing on it, luckily. So right now, G2 is throwing quite a lot of utility to like retake this position. As you can see, so Nexus posted up there. They threw another Molotov, a smoke that like stops the entrance of that stairs position, and I believe Hunter will most likely throw a flash, and then Nexus will probably peek off of it. Okay, so that's why Exile is looking off to the lovely skyscraper over here instead of looking for the enemy over there. So Exile is going to be looking over here to play anti-flash. Okay, so he's just waiting for the flashbang to come in. But he gets caught with a second one, unfortunately. But Nexus doesn't see him and he catches that kill. So as soon as he kills him, Hunter, in that situation, after he threw that flash, and Nexa got that information, Hunter wanted to be able to rotate back towards mid and watch this area. But look what's happened. Because Nexa died here, it's caused Hunter to come back and stay here, leaving mid potentially open unless one of these CTs goes and checks it, okay? So that is very important to note. The B, I believe, is just underneath A. It's not towards that middle area. Intos is just sitting in T-spawn. He was sitting at Jenny, looking towards mid, but he left after realizing there's no aggression. Okay, so let's unpause and then see what XR does next. So he's just waiting. He's actually not doing anything off that kill. So they got the first kill. Nafany, unfortunately, goes down towards A. Let's go towards A. So they got all this control. And they got 3 CTs towards this position. Sure, you can try look for an entry here of the AWP. Let's see if he can catch anyone off. I'm going to get a kill towards short, which isn't that great. So this is a 3v4, but I want you to really watch how G2 play together, okay? So G2 are, even though they're not a fairly new team, they've been around for a couple of years, but they've always been the Gambit youngsters, okay? And they have said in multiple interviews, I don't know the exact name of the Gambit coach, but they got them from a very early stage in their career, basically, okay? So this allowed for the coach to essentially build foundations and build these players up from a very low, I wouldn't say like high tier professional level, but he can build all 5 players up to kind of think the same way in CS, you know? So you don't have, like you do see sometimes in these other tier 1 teams, where you have different experienced players from having, for example, like a Carrigan who's been on teams since he was like 2 years old, you know? He's just been on every team ever. Been around forever, IGL'd forever as well, you know? And then he's someone like Brokey on his team, which isn't that experienced. However, he's obviously a very insane player. But with Gambit in this, it allows all 5 players to kind of keep the same mindset and the same experience, meaning it feels like you're playing against one person, you know? So those 5 players are going to play together very, very efficiently and so well that you can learn so much from their team play, okay? So Shiro got to this sandbag position after taking an AWP shot onto Amanek. He's then going to flash himself out to either peek or run somewhere else, okay? So he's just going to throw that up. And he's just going to sit there, kind of a fake flash, just to see if he can bait anything out. Then you have Jack towards short. Then you have Intos coming up with Shiro here and XL here. Okay, so I didn't catch that on the recording, but Shiro just threw a Molotov over here. Okay, so he threw it and it bounced across that wall and bounced here. Meaning a CT can't be here, allowing for XL to go and take this control. I believe that's what's going to happen. As I am doing this live, I'm not. It looks like it because XL's facing towards this way and they just threw a Molotov here, okay? So that is most likely what's going to happen. Let's see. So let's unpause this real quick. So because that Molotov there, yep, XL can peek here, get that control. And let's see, and then what's Intos going to do? Intos seems like he's lining up a smoke. So let's see. Okay, so he threw that right side smoke. So we saw that earlier in the pistol round. That smoke is going to block off that headshot angle and the right side of the site. Meaning, we can look back to Exile again. Look what this creates for him. There's wall. So he can just get this kill onto Jax for free without Emanek being able to see him. Which is just, like, the team play in this team is so insane. I hope you guys really do watch this video that I'm making right now and really pay attention to what they're doing. They're playing off of each other incredibly well. Even in a man disadvantage, they're still using all of their utility perfectly. With the flashes, XL flashed himself up short while Intos threw that smoke down, okay? And also Shiro, again, threw that Molotov on short. So they use 3 bits of utility just to get one player around that short area to kill Jax. Giving them the plant, okay? So let's see how they play this post-plant. Both sides have no utility at this point, okay? Gambit do not know. G2 have no utility. G2 can probably have quite a good guess that Gambit doesn't have a lot. But Gambit doesn't have anything. So this might be a bit hard for them to get out here unless Shiro can find some sort of pick or support them somehow. Let's see. So Inter's snuck over here. Excel's going to play short. Shiro's coming around towards short. Inter get the first contact towards CT, dropping off. Excel gets taken out, unfortunately. See Inter get this. Gets first. Okay, got a second. Okay. That's very good from Inter's. That's not always going to happen. You know, he might get one traded off, and Shiro is going to react, peek round short in that situation to trade Inter's if he goes down, okay? Man, breath, I'm talking so much. It's just non-stop talking. It's probably not helping my throat either. Okay, so Hobbit looks like he's going to throw the early smoke towards short again. G2 are going on a, I wouldn't even say a half buy at this point. They just pissed the llama, you know, around 2k area. Amanek obviously in 2.7 so he can buy the AWP. Again, all you AWPers out there, make sure you save enough money to buy an AWP, okay? I don't want to see you AWPers not having the AWP because you're buying too much, okay? Know your economy and know how much to buy, okay? If your team's ecoing like this, always just stay about 700 above them, or 800 if you can. So, Gambit are going for quite a passive start. There's obviously a huge A stack with one towards B. Let's see if Gambit can figure this out. This isn't that important round, but in a team it is pretty important, okay? So you need to figure out where, if there's a stack. And how are you going to do that? You need to basically sacrifice one person. Oh, God. So you need to sacrifice one person. So that's where Nafany comes in. He's going up here while Hobbit is watching his short. So watch this. Hobbit is being a team player again. He's watching that short position for him while Nafany is walking up, giving him the entry. However, the rest of G2 didn't react. And we're going to see Exile just walking up to a B. See if they do believe that was an A stack or not. And they're soon going to find out that it is. And Nafany goes down there. Let's see if they can get away with any more kills. Because G2 might try to go for kills here and try to break the economy a little bit. Nectar has kind of snuck through a little bit, but... Okay, gets traded, that's fine. Okay, this is actually in a rough situation because both players are quite far away. However, they won't have a kit, so Shiro's just going to molly off that headshot position, nading off bomb. They double naded bomb, no one's on it though. See, right now, okay, so this is actually cool. If you're a CT, you can even do this. That smoke creates so much pressure on these Ts because they don't know if you're on the bomb. They're going to have to run up and check because they don't want to lose this round. You might be able to kill the rest of the T players doing this. Look, Hobbit is having to sacrifice himself to check. So he's probably going to die from the bomb. Luckily not. Okay, apparently I don't know the Vertigo bomb explosions very well. He took like 5 damage from that, which is very surprising considering he was like 10 foot away from the bomb, but oh well. Okay, so Gambit's money is a bit rough, but it's coming near to the end of the half. G2 get their full buy again. Hobbit is going to start with the short smoke again, with Nafany going towards ramp, Exile towards B, Hobbit supporting Nafany on ramp, and then Shiro changing up where he goes quite a lot, okay? Inter's going to be watching mid as well. He's going to be playing around this Jenny position. So Nafany gets an entry, gets traded off. And let's see if Hobbit can get this kill. That is very unfortunate. He like walked into the pixel of that smoke there. Let's see how Gambit figured this out now. It's 3v4. They might actually have to commit towards a site and hope they don't run into a stack. So yeah, that's what they're doing. They're just going towards A here, getting that kill. Nice. They might want to... Is that another player towards short? Okay, with 2 players towards ladder coming behind them. Sure is aware of this. They're just waiting, okay? So right now, this is actually something you can do as well. They got the entry in A. They could have, if they really wanted to, just run up A and hoped that was the only player, but they're not. They're thinking about it more strategically than that, okay? They're doing that, and they know that when they kill Jax on that ramp, the CTs are going to react in some way. And they're waiting for that reaction to happen right now. That's why Shirio's watching from behind, because he's waiting for that reaction for a CT to push round behind. Because the CT might think they've walked up onto A. That's why Shirio is watching that. And I believe Exile's now going to watch it because he's low. He's probably just going to sit here and he's going to keep watching this, you know? There's no need for him to move because his team could just go up and take this as two people supporting each other, watching both angles, smoking off left side, mollying off short, smoking off. They created a wall again. Beautiful, beautiful. Exile's still watching behind. Insane. So they've just turned a 3v4 and now they're rotating back because they heard Nexus shoot, okay? Notice that. They heard Nexus spam that smoke so that they're gone. They're just running straight towards this B position. And they're mollying off the connector area. So Nexus can't come through. Exile's going to be watching it. And let's see. They're still being very cautious and slow. Like, look how precise they're being. Because they want to make sure they don't throw this away. Beautiful. Like, even in a 3v1, they're playing so well together. And they're not taking any risk, you know. They're waiting to see if Nexus is going to push up before they cross, you know. They're thinking about these little things. So, I don't know if G2 is going to buy here. Yeah, they should do. They should drop an AWP over to Amanok. Unless he just half buys. Okay, so they are half buying. They have the M4 onto Nico, though, so let's see what he can do. Again, the smoke's towards B. I don't see anything early here. Exile again trying to work this B side of the map. Try to find an entry if he can. Hobbits. Okay, so they're committing towards this B area because Hobbit usually playing towards ramp is rotated back over here. I think GT are aware of this. It looks like they're walking back towards here as well. They've just got to set execute them. They're just throwing these very specific nades. And we got Hobbit going first. Unfortunately, gets taken off. Okay, quite a few whiff shots right here. And some team kills, which isn't very good. They should have cleaned this up a little bit. GG probably aren't going to plant for a while. They're probably just going to sit here for like 20 seconds. Okay, maybe not. They're just going for the plant. That was very risky, yeah, because right there, I wouldn't have gone for the plant there because he just got punished for it. Luckily, Exile clutches it out and does that. However, that went very rough for Gambit. They didn't really trade each other that well going to that B site there, but there's always room for improvement, you know. Back to a full buy with G2 of the AWP on Amanok, and I believe she has an AWP. Yeah, it's just on the floor there. Let's see if they throw early smoke. Yeah, so smoke towards short. Amanok, sorry, nothing to go towards ramp. Throwing the early flash again. Okay, Exile messed up a little bit, but oh well. Inter's holding mid. And Shiro. So Shiro's kind of the only player that is changing up. So I'm going to pause it 2 seconds just to explain this, if I can find my mouse on my screen. Okay, so what's really happening? Every round. This is every single round. They're throwing that short smoke. Which is either, so far it's either been Inters or Hobbit. And then Nafany is coming towards this ramp area, throwing that smoke, and then mollying off this position. Then you have Exile going towards that B ramp, throwing a flash through that window early, then trying to take control of this by himself and see if he can find any entries. Inter's playing around Jenny position or towards mid, trying to see if he can catch any CTs that are trying to push here. And then Hobbit is going to, after throwing that smoke here, he's going to go around here and go help Nafany towards ramp. So they go 2 towards ramp, 1 B, 1 mid, and then Shiro is the... What word could I use to describe him? He's like the unexpected card, I guess. I don't know the exact word. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but I don't really know what it is. He's kind of that wild card, I guess you could say, which he's gonna change up, and he is the one that is moving around the map with the AWP. So with the AWP, he's gonna be looking around. So he's either gonna be towards B, towards mid, or towards A. He's gonna change depending kind of what he feels, I guess, and mix it up and see if he can find an entry in one of those positions. So he's not always going to the same area, but everyone else is basically going to the same position every round on that T default, okay? So this round, Shiro is going towards A. So he's trying to find an entry. I don't think he's going to be able to. Exile's playing quite passive towards this B at the moment, considering what he used to. Exile leaving mid, going towards the A to grab bomb. Exile again trying to find an entry here if he can. He knows one's close. causing a reaction because like, it's keeping these players like close here. Because all this pressure that Exile's putting, and now he's just left. He's just gone. And look how much space that Gambit have got. They're doing a full execute. They've been given so much space right here. Catching off Jax. Amanek wasn't watching it. And that will most likely... I wouldn't be surprised if they save, honestly. Yeah, they should save. There's no way that G2 can go for this. Yeah, they should just back off here, right? Nico, back off. Please. I know you want kills, but back off. Okay, so if they can save these 3 guns, that is huge. If they can save these 3 guns, they can full buy very easily. Okay, Nico is just fast as a cheater and just takes off his head. I can fast forward here if you want, but... Okay, yeah, they're probably just going to save us. There's no way to get rid of them. Okay, they got 1. That's good. They still got 1. If they had 3... Okay, so kind of a rule of thumb, I guess. If you can save 3 rifles... Like, no matter how bad your money is, you can drop 2. And you can pretty much always rebuy. Like, this is, like, not guaranteed, but it's most of the time you'll be able to rebuy if you save 3, no matter really how bad your money is. But now they have 2, it's going to be a bit more of a struggle because one person, essentially, is going to have a bad gun. Like, 1 or 2 people are going to have a bad gun, depending what they want to do. So, let's see. Okay, they actually managed to split it quite evenly somehow, but they didn't get the AWP, so that is kind of the factor right there. They weren't able to get the AWP, actually, unless Hunter buys an AWP and drops it, which could happen. Yeah, Hunter might drop over an AWP. Never mind, okay, so I went with the 5 rifles here. Again, Hobbit, let's see it. Let's see this smoke again. He's going to start the smoke. Nafady going towards ramp. Inters towards mid. And then Exile number 7 here towards B. And then Shiro, the wild card, going wherever he wants. Again, going towards A. See if he can find an entry. G2 are very stacked towards A this round. They are coming. That is a beautiful shot right there. Getting that entry, very, very important. G2 doesn't have a lot of utility in this last round of the half, so that is a key factor to put in. Let's see what else. I'm going to go back towards Nafany because not a lot is happening around the map, really. Everyone else is just like holding and trying to react off these kills. So now Nafany's going to make a call depending what he wants to do. Looks like they're going to go back towards B. And just leave, I guess, Shiro holding this ramp position. Hobbit's going to try. Hobbit and Inter's actually going to try to work out towards mid, which is huge. They might boost up here anyway. Okay, they're just going to hold for a minute. So it's going to be a B split here, I guess. So Exile's going to throw this little smoke. Where does that go? Okay, so that's the right side of Con, and then that goes there. Shiro's killing the ramp player, which is huge. They have 2 players towards mid. Look, he's going to catch Nico off. Okay. Unfortunately, you whiffed a little bit, but he doesn't know about Inters. Look. Huge. That is huge right there. Beautiful. Okay, next is just clearing house. But very well brought back from that initial Nico kill. And Nexa kill. Nexa got a double there somehow, which is actually quite surprising. And Jax obviously has to go for it because it's the last round of the half. And hopefully, I believe Shiro can clutch this. I'll be quite surprised if he loses this. Yep, nice, good job. Okay, so that is the half. And that is kind of the T side that I'll be going over. I'm just going to pause and talk a little bit now. So that was the T side of Gambit. I'm not going to go over the CT side. Unless you specifically want me to, because their T side is the highest win rate, and that is really the one that I wanted to look at. So, again, to recap, they always had one towards mid, which was Inters, going towards either, like, usually posting up around this Jenny area, playing quite passive, you know, just passive, just watching here. He wasn't trying to create a lot of space unless they had a huge reaction towards this A side or a huge reaction towards the B side, and then Inters would walk up through mid and try to get this space. But early on, he'll just hold this very passively and see if he can get any CTs pushing. Exile would always go towards that B area, starting with a flash going through the window, and see if he can stop any CT aggression, or if he feels like it, possibly pushing up and trying to get a kill around this area as well. Okay, so you have two players playing by themselves, essentially. And then you have the Nafany, which always goes towards ramp, and he's going to smoke here, and then Molotov here every round. And then you have Hobbit, which will come here and throw the smoke, which lands short. If you don't know these names that I'm talking about, you can always just look them up, okay? So just, if you want to know this smoke, I didn't cover it in this video, but if you want to know that smoke, you can just go on Google, you know, type in T-spawn short smoke vertigo. That's what you got to type in, and I guarantee you'll find a smoke that's from here to here, okay? So they're throwing that smoke, this Molotov, creating this little path for Nafany to be able to look around. And then Shiro again is that wildcard factor where they have him kind of changing up. Sometimes they go towards B, trying to take a peek here, towards this angle, looking up to see if he can get a kill here, or towards A, trying to see if he can get a kill here, or even I've seen him go towards mid sometimes as well, see if he can get a kill here. You know, that AWP is their factor of Gambit, okay, trying to change up. Also, I can't say this enough, the team play of Gambit is just incredible, okay? They look so like a well-oiled machine, okay? They play so well off of each other, and it's insane, okay? One thing you can really take from Gambit is their team play. They may not be the best individuals, okay? I know Exile is just f***ing crazy, okay? He's just like the young superstar of CIS, okay? Sure, incredible AWP, Nafany, incredible IGL, all this good stuff, okay? But they also play insane as a team together, okay? So make sure you think about that and think how you can help your teammates in these situations, not only on this map, but other maps as well, okay? That is the biggest thing I can take from Gambit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's very, very long, I'm assuming. I'm not actually sure how long this video is going to be because I'm just recording it live and just seeing what the hell happens, you know? So I hope you guys enjoyed this little live, I wouldn't really say breakdown, but kind of just a look at Gambit. If you're new here, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And I hope you guys have a lovely day.